There's a version of you waiting to be discovered. A version that refuses to bow to weakness. A version that moves through life calm, sharp, relentless, and unshakable. People won't understand this version of you. They'll feel its composure and wonder how. They'll see its focus and feel fear. This isn't just another video about habits. This is a blueprint for transformation, the dismantling of the scattered, reactive self you've become, and the forging of the disciplined, powerful being you were always meant to be. We're going to bring your 5 inner elements into alignment, and when that happens, you'll build a strength so absolute, it will shake the world around you. For centuries, the greatest minds had a secret map, a way to read the forces that shape life and character. They called it the 5 elements: water, metal, earth, fire, and wood. These weren't just physical things. They were energies, fundamental patterns that influence everything. They believed your life is a mirror of these forces inside you. When they're in harmony, life flows with clarity and strength. When they're not, chaos takes over. And look around. Most people live in imbalance. Their lives prove it. They're pulled in every direction by moods, impulses, and other people's demands. Predictable, manipulated, slaves to their own reactions. Too much chaotic fire, burning out in drama. Too much stagnant water, drowning in overthinking. That ends now. We're not here to play fortune teller. We're here to weaponize this ancient system, to turn balance into a strategy for power. You'll learn to summon the silent depth of water, the ruthless precision of metal, the unshakable stability of earth, the transformative intensity of fire, and the relentless growth of wood. When you master these 5 archetypes, you become psychologically sovereign, strategically dangerous, practically unstoppable. This isn't self-help. This is elemental warfare against the weak version of you that's about to disappear. Phase 1. Water. In nature, water is wisdom, depth, silence, and flexibility. It moves quietly, carving paths through solid rock without fanfare. It doesn't announce its journey. It simply flows, unstoppable. Most people live the opposite way. Loud, broadcasting their goals, announcing every move, begging for validation before the work is even done. Their energy is shallow, like a puddle, gone the moment pressure hits. Water teaches a different discipline. Silence. You stop broadcasting. You start building power in the deep. You realize that public announcements are just trades, future strength exchanged for a quick hit of attention. Your new focus is quiet, relentless execution. Your routines become simple but lethal. Silent hours spent reading, learning, mastering hard skills, doing deep work. You become adaptable. When obstacles appear, you don't break against them in anger. You flow around them, like water around stone, never losing momentum, always moving forward. The mantra of this phase: real discipline is silent. You let results speak, not words. You create mystery around your progress. People will notice you changing, but they won't understand the immense work happening beneath the surface. That silence will unsettle them. And that's your first taste of true power. Phase 2. Metal. Once you've mastered the silent depth of water, it's time to forge the blade of your new self. This is the discipline of metal. In classical thought, metal is precision, structure, boundaries, and ruthless clarity. It's the force that cuts through noise and strips away everything that doesn't matter. Where water gives you strategic depth, metal gives you cold, decisive execution. Most people live at the mercy of their feelings. They work when they feel like it. They're loyal when it feels good. Their lives are a mess of broken promises and compromised standards, all justified by the tyranny of their moods. They're soft when they need to be hard. Their lack of boundaries makes them porous to everyone else's will. Metal teaches emotional alchemy. You stop obeying feelings. You start reading them as data, resistance, procrastination, fear. They're signals, not commands. Your actions are decided in advance, based on logic. You ask one question: does this move me closer to my objective? If the answer is no, you cut it, mercilessly. The tactics of metal are non-negotiables. These aren't preferences, they're laws. Your sleep schedule, your training, your deep work blocks, your diet, etched in stone. They happen whether you're motivated or miserable, inspired or exhausted. You become the master of your internal state, not its victim. You do the right thing, especially when you don't feel like it. This is where you forge a will of iron. The mantra of this phase: emotion is data, not command. You start building a reputation for unshakable consistency. People learn your word is law. Your standards are immovable. This precision, this refusal to bend to emotional whims, will unsettle those who live in constant compromise. Phase 3. Earth. With the depth of water and the sharpness of metal, you now need a foundation that cannot be broken. This is the discipline of Earth. Earth is stability, responsibility, and unshakable resilience. It's the fortress, the ground beneath your feet. It absorbs storms, stands firm against chaos, and gives you the base from which all real power is built. Most people live like leaves in the wind. Their mood and focus shift with every external event. A negative comment ruins their day. An unexpected problem shatters their resolve. They drift through life, distracted by shallow socializing, digital gossip, and the endless stream of meaningless noise. They have no anchor. Earth teaches strategic isolation. Isolation isn't loneliness, it's construction. It's a deliberate withdrawal from the noise to pour concrete under your life. You carve out periods where you are inaccessible, unplugged from distraction, and focused solely on building. You lay solid foundations: financial discipline that frees you from desperation, physical health that gives you boundless energy, and daily systems that run on autopilot. You become the person who cannot be easily moved. Praise doesn't inflate you, and criticism doesn't deflate you. Your internal state becomes sovereign, disconnected from the turbulence of the outside world. When others panic in a crisis, you remain calm. When others celebrate a minor victory, you're already focused on the next mission. You are the eye of the storm. The mantra of this phase: isolation is not loneliness, it is construction. This groundedness will terrify the emotionally volatile. They won't understand how you stay so stable, so centered. They'll try to knock you off balance, but they'll find you're no longer a sapling. You are a mountain. Phase 4. Fire. Now that you're silent like water, sharp like metal, and stable like earth, it's time to learn how to wield your energy. This is the discipline of fire. Traditionally, fire is passion, visibility, and transformation. But for the undisciplined, fire is chaos, impulsive rage, fleeting passions, and dramatic outbursts that burn them out and achieve nothing. The disciplined mind doesn't extinguish fire. It channels it. It turns chaotic passion into a controlled burn. Fire becomes a weapon, not a wildfire. You learn to wield transformative intensity and embrace strategic unpredictability. You're no longer emotionally reactive. You don't flare up at insults or get swept away by praise. You choose what deserves your energy. Your passion isn't scattered. It's a blowtorch applied with precision to your goals. Your tactics shift to controlled intensity. You work in short, powerful bursts of extreme focus, followed by deliberate rest. You take calculated risks, but you don't burn yourself out on foolish gambles. You also become strategically unpredictable. The undisciplined person is easy to read. Their patterns are exploited. But you've mastered your inner elements. You choose your response. Sometimes you absorb pressure like earth. Sometimes you cut through nonsense with metal. And sometimes, you strike with the swift, transformative force of fire. This makes you impossible to manipulate. People rely on predictable reactions to control you. When you take away their ability to guess your next move, you take away their power. The mantra of this phase: fire is not chaos, it is weaponized passion. You are no longer a victim of your own energy, you are its master. You use your intensity to burn away old weaknesses, illuminate new paths, and transform your reality at will. This controlled power is what people sense as true charisma, a force that is both compelling and dangerous. Phase 5. Wood. You've cultivated depth, precision, stability, and intensity. Now comes the final phase, the discipline of wood. Wood is growth, expansion, vision, and relentless upward drive. It's the tree that breaks through concrete, the refusal to stay small, the embodiment of disciplined progress. Most people seek comfort. They hit one small goal and then coast. Their ambition dissolves into complacency. They define themselves by past achievements instead of future growth. Wood declares war on comfort. You hunt for the areas where you've gone soft, where you're coasting, and you raise the bar. You set standards that feel unreasonable to the outside world, and maybe even intimidating to you. You measure your reading, your income, your conditioning, your skills, not against social norms, but against elite performance. Your primary tactic is direction. Wood energy hates drifting. You regularly review your long-term vision, break it into strategic plans, and translate those into immediate actions. You're always growing, always expanding, but with intention. You're not a weed, growing randomly. You're an oak, growing deliberately toward the sun. The mantra of this phase: if your standards don't intimidate you, they won't change you. This relentless drive for growth separates the disciplined from the merely diligent. Others will see your evolution as obsession. They'll call you extreme. Let them. Their confusion is proof you've left mediocrity behind. The 5 disciplines are not separate. They feed each other. Water's silence fuels metal's execution. Metal's structure gives Earth its stability. Earth's foundation channels fire's energy safely. Fire's transformation clears the way for wood's relentless growth, and wood's expansion creates new depths for water to fill. It's a cycle, a living system of power. That weak self you're leaving behind? It was just a creature of imbalance. Too much reactive fire made you impulsive. Too much stagnant earth made you complacent. Too much avoidant water made you procrastinate. The death of that old self isn't just change, it's the act of making this new balance irreversible. You no longer identify with weakness. You're not an anxious person, you're someone who needs more earth. You're not unmotivated, you're someone who must ignite more fire. This is psychological sovereignty. You stop fearing failure because you have earth's stability and water's adaptability. You stop fearing people because you operate from metal's cold standards, not their approval. You stop fearing change because wood's relentless growth is now your identity. You become a force of nature, aligned, whole, inevitable. You move with a purpose that feels terrifying to others because they can't predict you. They won't understand you, but they will watch you. And they will be afraid.